is to your left. Position 2 is to your
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to what day is today? Monday. It's a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baptist Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, restoredmotions.com, and Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars.
Love them.
Chris Marler's here. Hunt Palmer is here. And if you look closely, you see the blue, you probably can't see it. That's our Radio Row spot right there, up there, upstairs. Anyway, Brian Kelly just finished here in the main room. The LSU players are coming here momentarily. Had a chance this morning to get a one-on-one with Brian Kelly, which you'll hear on after further review. We will have all three LSU football players from Radio Row on AFR this afternoon as well. So lock in. The off-the-bench guys had a nice long sit-down with Garrett Nussmeier. So you can check that out on demand if you've missed it, earlier. Casey asked if I'm playing golf with Hugh Freeze. I'm not playing golf with Hugh Freeze this week.
I would like to play golf with Hugh Freeze.
Why?
I like to play golf more than work.
Oh, so not necessarily the Hugh Freeze component. Just
I don't care about playing golf with Hugh Freeze at all, but I'd like to play golf.
Play golf, yes. Here's a good question from Jason. What kicks are we rocking today? Let's see if I can flip this camera. I don't know if I can. Hunt, do you want to hear? Hunt, you just get a fit check on me then. Make sure you zoom in on the.
How do I?
No. Like you can look at it.
Well, I'm looking at me.
Oh, crap. All right. Flip the camera. All right, so here we go.
What do we think? Cherry red Jordan 1s. Lows.
What do we think? You know, you could at least get me not bending like a stand up. I'm doing like an upright fit check.
Perfect.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take candid shots of you then.
No. Nobody wants to see that.
I'm gonna take candid shots of you all week without you knowing. What's the definition for candid shots?
I will.
And I'm gonna post them all over the interwebs.
Please do that.
He's on Twitter at Vern Dumbquist if you want to give him a follow.
Actually, change it. Vern Funquist now.
Oh yeah, Vern Funquist.
Back to the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't win my battle, but.
Well, how were you able to do it?
I just changed it, put like a little underscore.
Okay, so we're back to Vern Funquist. But
Thanks, guys. I know you guys care.
You still have the same account?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, pretty running strong here, by the way.
What?
Haven't lost one in almost a year.
Almost a year since he's lost a Twitter account. Here we go. We have a social media manager who loses Twitter accounts on the reg. Winning.
That's what I do.
I have to go do an interview with a Nashville radio station, so we're going to go do that right now. I'm about to walk behind the SEC Network set. I don't think I was. That's Laura, Greg, Feinbaum, and Ben Watson. All right. Walking. Hey, Max. Hey, Glenn. Hey, all right. Two girls. I want to do an interview, man. Good to see you. Sorry. All right. Oh, it's Chris Hilton. There's Chris Hilton right there. Signing some autographs. There's Garland Gillen right there. About to walk by. There he is. Let's see. I'm going to walk upstairs. A Nashville interview in 3 minutes with George Plaster. Let's see. Now. Yeah, Leon was there last year. And I liked it. Honestly, I liked our setup was better. This Atlanta is, I get why they want to have it in Atlanta, but the logistics in Atlanta are the worst. It's just a disjointed setup here. It's not real conducive for the event. You need to have a place that's, built to host a zoo. So, but I mean, you have all these, all these exhibits in the Hall of Fame and everything, and so it's not George. Good. Let's see. Where's George? It's not George. Hey, there we go.
Hey, so
Okay, where are y'all going?
I'm getting screwed over, so I'm just going to
That's okay. Yeah. I'm doing a live stream right
what's
now.
up?
Here we go. We're about to do an interview. The George Plaster Show in Nashville. All right, I'm going to shut this down, unless you want to watch. Let's see. I'll set this. Where we sitting? Where we sitting here?
We got to try.
There we go. All right. Are we sitting at the desk?
Yeah.
Or,
Try to get my thumb out of there. I got you.
by the way, don't drink Core. Drink Evermore. This is just what they give us here. And I drink water. I hydrate, but drink Evermore. EVAMOR. Evermore.com.
Live on 2 platforms right here.
Let's do it. Are we live on your?
We're recording it. We'll play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
You
go.
want that in there?
No, I don't want this in there. Good eye. I want Evermore. EVAMOR. Drink Evermore.
Matt, I want to start with Brian Kelly. I didn't get a chance to hear the comments other than walking in there for about 5 minutes. But what did you make of his comments today?
So I got to hear Brian. Well, Brian and I sat down for a one-on-one
Okay.
before they started their day, and I think so. I didn't get to hear him in the main room, but I think a lot of what he said is pretty consistent. I think a team that they know is capable of competing for a championship this year after they went very heavy in the transfer portal, but also I think he's at a point in his time at LSU where he's talking about the culture that's been built over the 3 years prior that's allowed them to go heavy and bring in 18 portal guys. And the idea was because whenever you add that many guys out of the portal, the idea is, okay, well, how will they all assimilate? So his premise is they've built enough through the high school rankings, guys that have been in his program for 3 years now, that doesn't matter who they add, the cultural foundation is set. So whether or not that manifests in wins, we'll wait and see. But it does feel to that degree anyway that they're a more veteran team and certainly have a lot of stability around the program. Now it's just do you have enough talent to be able to beat the best teams on their schedule.
Around the SEC, you have quarterbacks returning in a year. Like you look back at last year, this is a young year and not the best year for SEC quarterbacks. You had a lot of young quarterbacks, and Marcel Reed. You look around the conference. For LSU, Garrett Nussmeier returns. Do you sense a different Garrett Nussmeier? I know I'm sure you've had him on the show. You get to talk to him today,
Yep.
and throughout the offseason. But do you sense almost a different Garrett Nussmeier?
Personality-wise, no, because Garrett is a guy who, like, if you went to central casting and you were looking for a quarterback, you'd probably build it like that. He's 6'2", 6'3". He's got the size, got the arm strength to make all the throws, son of a coach, Eddie, moxie, all the stuff, right? I mean, he just checks every box. The only thing he didn't have going in last year was experience. I don't think any of the other stuff has ever been questioned with Garrett. It's just, what are you going to do when you're up 10 on the road against A&M, you're facing a third down, and you're being flushed to the sideline? Do you throw it away, tuck it and run, or do you throw it back toward the middle of the field to get an interception that changes the game? Well, in that scenario, you threw it back toward the middle of the field, threw an interception, changed the game. Having had that experience now, I think going into his second year as a starter, it's fair to wonder, okay, has he learned from that experience and would choose a different path moving forward? That's the biggest difference with Garrett. He's a guy who, even though he moved around a lot with dad as a coach, he was born, rooted in Lake Charles, loves LSU. He's always claimed LSU as his dream school, waited his turn. All that stuff is there. So the personality with Garrett, I don't think that's changed or needed to change. The benefit is the experience being started.
Is Clemson a must-win game?
So I am probably not the right person to ask that question to, because I am allergic to calling something a must-win, unless it is a literal
Especially
must-win. Well, in any sport,
Yeah.
but like a must-win is you're in the NCAA basketball tournament, and if you lose, your season is over. That is a must-win. You're in the College World Series in Omaha, and you've lost a game. You're in a must-win situation. No, Clemson is not a must-win situation. Ohio State won the national championship last year and lost 2 games. They lost the last game of the season at home to a 500 Michigan team and won the national championship. Now, if you lose to Clemson, does it make it more challenging? Absolutely, because then you only have 1 game to play with the rest of the way to get to that sort of 10-2 benchmark and get into the playoffs. But no, it's not a must-win game. It's the first week of the friggin' season. Ohio State in 2014 lost a home game to Virginia Tech team that went 6-6 and won the national championship in the first year of the 4-team playoffs. So no week one game is a must.
In the context of Brian Kelly's job security, what's a scenario this season where you look at it and go, okay, this thing's getting serious?
What do you mean getting serious?
In terms of, okay, we need to think about potential change. Not that could, I mean, it could happen.
Okay, ask a more direct question.
Like halfway through the season.
No, ask a direct question.
Do you think Brian Kelly's fired?
See, that's a great question. That is a direct question. And it's okay to ask that question. You don't need to meander. Like, be direct. No, I do not think there's a scenario where Brian Kelly is fired this year. And it's because LSU's not a poverty program, but they're not wealthy like A&M. There's no scenario where LSU paid $75 million buyout like they did, like A&M did too. So Brian Kelly's deal was a 10-year deal, $95 million, with 90% of that guaranteed. So if LSU were to fire Brian Kelly after this year, it would be in the neighborhood of $50 million. They're not paying it. No scenario. What would be interesting is if they miss the playoff this year after all of the investment and then regress next year, which I think will happen. Next year, you'll lose Nuss. You'll lose all these mercenary one-year portal guys. If you miss the playoff this year and then regress next year in 26, that's when I think you start having the conversation like, okay, can you negotiate a buyout? That's where you start looking for the exit strategy. But after 25, I don't see any scenario where you be fired after this.
All right, last thing. Can this team win a national title this season?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's what they went to spend all the money for. You return the leading returning passer in college football. I mean, Garrett Nussmeier is the only returning passer for 4,000 yards. Most people don't know that. You know that?
I didn't know.
He is the leading returning passer in college football. The only LSU quarterback with a better passing season than Nussmeier last year was Joe Gardner. So you got to do that. Now, nobody thinks of it because they won that 3-game losing streak, right? So you lose 4 games and people are like, it's what you deserve. Right. You're not in the public consciousness. You got a veteran quarterback. They went ham in the portal. They have the number 1 portal class. They spent more money than anyone in the country to put together a roster to let them go win the championship. They did what Ohio State and Ole Miss did last year. It worked for Ohio State. It did work for Ole Miss. So can they? Absolutely. They're capable of beating anybody in their schedule. Will they? Well, a lot of that goes into why we watch college football. See how the 12-game regular season, the playoff draw, how all that will manifest. But absolutely, it's a team that can win the national championship and is built to do it.
We'll see what happens, Matt. Thanks for taking the time.
My pleasure.
Thanks, morning, Scone.
There's an interview. Let me turn this off now. All right. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. There you go. Got him. What do you think? I don't even know if y'all can hear that. All right, I got to go. Y'all have an awesome day.